Welcome Homo sapiens. Last month I uploaded a video to our main channel about alpha males versus genuine advice, and it quickly became one of our most viewed videos in a matter of days. And with all that attention came a lot of angry Andrew Tate fans. Despite the video having virtually nothing to do with Andrew Tate aside from a short blurb in the beginning, his loyal army of basement-dwelling virgins came to valiantly defend their king. Which is funny because if he's really such a strong alpha male, he shouldn't need to be defended by anyone else. Regardless, they bombarded the video with dislikes and hate comments, and rather than hurting my feelings, it actually made me laugh my fucking ass off. So today I'm going to share the ridiculous comments I got and respond to them. And before I get into it, I won't be responding to any of the comments in this video, so please take your hate somewhere else. Of course he'd say this. Look how feminine he is. Yes, let's see. Arm hair, check. Undercut, check. Beard, check. Yep, this is a woman, ladies and gentlemen. This is actually my official announcement. Everyone, I am a woman. This guy figured it out. Was it the piercings that gave it away? Ruthless 5533, it is with great honor that I present you the Nobel Prize. Congratulations on being the smartest person on Earth. Anyway, on top of being objectively wrong, I also don't care if I look feminine. I don't understand why people get so mad about men not being hyper-masculine, macho tough guys, and women not being soft, dainty servants. It's such an archaic and harmful ideology and makes everyone unhappy. People should be allowed to look and be however they want to be. It shouldn't matter to you, because how they present does not affect you in any way. I guess to end this discussion, I want to ask this guy if being masculine and burying your emotions makes you happy. If it does, great. But if it doesn't, why do you keep doing it? LMAO, was thinking it's gonna be a good video but left as soon as I watched 11 seconds of it. The thumbnail literally says sexism equals views. I don't know what you were expecting, to be honest. Were you expecting me to say, Andrew Tate is a great guy, there's nothing wrong with him, I want to marry him, sexism is totally normal and okay? I feel like I made it pretty clear from the thumbnail that I don't like Andrew Tate. But at least you gave the video a fair shot. 11 seconds is plenty of time to come to an informed decision. Bro, you get 0 bitches. True, I don't have any bitches because I'm gay and I have a boyfriend. And even if I were straight, I still wouldn't have any bitches because I would never call a woman a bitch. All women is queen. You can tell a lot about someone by how they insult people. He's probably insecure about not having a girlfriend himself, so he's projecting on others instead of improving himself as a person. This is why people like Andrew Tate have so much power, because they know there will always be men with fragile egos who are sad and lonely and would rather get mad and resentful at others rather than reflect on themselves and their actions. Andrew Tate ain't misogynistic. He is traditional. Is anyone gonna tell him that he's in jail? He's in jail for rape and human trafficking, actually. I wouldn't exactly call that not misogynistic. I feel like rape is quite possibly the most misogynistic thing you could possibly do, actually. Also, there are numerous clips on the internet with him saying very sexist things. But in all likelihood, this guy doesn't actually care that Andrew Tate is a misogynist, because this guy probably is a misogynist. And as for the traditional label, as far as I'm concerned, traditional beliefs is just a soft version of saying sexist. Since the whole belief system is centered around women being subservient to men, it's just a different side of the same coin. If misogynist and traditionalists were a Venn diagram, it'd just be a circle. Alpha male content is good and makes men better and more manly. How is it good? Genuinely. In what way is it good? Care to elaborate? You can't just say something and not give a reason why. In fact, I think all 3 of those points are completely incorrect. The content is not good. It exploits vulnerable men for their money. It makes men more angry and spiteful towards women and society, and it makes them selfish assholes with little care for others, which is not very manly to me. Whatever happened to chivalry, where men use their strength and power to take care of those who are weaker? Why are we using strength and power to beat others down and make them feel worse? It just proves a point that men are being backed into a corner and reaching out to any content creator for reassurance. This world does, in fact, hate us. You cannot convince us anymore that we are evil because we have something swinging between our legs. There's too much information on the internet. We know we aren't what you say we are. I love how this person's acting as if I'm not also a man. I also got something swinging between my legs, my guy. And what a stupid thing to say. Why would you say it like that? Just say or something. Be less disgusting than things swinging between your legs. I understand where he's coming from, but the thing is, the world hates everybody. White men have it pretty easy though, all things considered. We don't really have to worry about being arrested or attacked for the color of our skin. We don't really have to worry about being raped by someone we thought cared for us. We don't have to deal with a lot of the problems others have to deal with. But with that said, there's still a lot of shit we have to deal with as well, and it goes to show you how awful society in general is. Men have higher rates of substance abuse. Men tend to get higher prison sentences and harsher divorce verdicts. Men are more likely to commit suicide. Men have their own problems, but it's important to remember that other groups are suffering more than us, so while our problems shouldn't be ignored, we have to deal with the other more important ones first. Where are your views, Dork? The funny thing about this is, the video had about 1,000 views by the time he said this, which is not a small amount for a channel of our size. So I don't even understand what he's getting at here. If he means I don't have the same number of views as Andrew Tate, that should be pretty damn obvious. We have only 172 subscribers as of right now. He had over 6 million followers. Isn't it obvious that Andrew Tate is just entertaining, lol? Don't matter if you hate him or love him, you are getting something out of it alright. Lol, this is actually a very good point. First of all, he really isn't that entertaining. He's a huge asshole and just uses his large fan base to bolster his ego and make money. Second of all, what are you really getting out of it? Genuinely, what benefit does watching his content give you? Because I've seen my fair share of Andrew Tate clips and he just seems to make fun of people who are weaker than him, poorer than him, sadder than him, etc. He doesn't really offer genuine advice unless we're talking about him telling you to go to the gym, but literally anyone can do that. Watch me. Go to the gym. Am I helping you out now? Besides, my video barely even mentioned him. It was literally like 30 seconds in the beginning that I talked about him, and then the rest was the experiment I created. My videos are more entertaining than anything he's ever made anyway. His podcasts are boring as fuck. I don't mean to spread hate, man, but I hope you're able to keep girlfriend, and I hope you never catch he cheating on you. Would be no reason for a girl to cheat on you. You can always draw her something she'd like to hang up on the fridge. This comment kind of makes me laugh. I don't even know what he's trying to get at. I think he's trying to condescendingly say I wouldn't be able to keep a girlfriend who doesn't cheat on me. But the thing is, when you actually follow Andrew Tate's advice, you're probably more likely to get dumped or cheated on. I have many friends in university who are women, and I've literally asked them what they think about alpha males, and they said they find them harmful, overbearing, and a dangerous ideology, and if they were ever in a relationship with one, they would try to leave if they could. The thing is, no one enjoys being manipulated and abused. The way Andrew Tate teaches people to act is to treat them like property you own, take advantage of them, use them for sex, make them feel worthless and pathetic without you, ostracize them from their friends and family, make them dependent and subservient to you, and even to cheat on them yourself. I don't understand why someone literally telling you to cheat on women would make women less likely to cheat on you. That makes no sense whatsoever. In reality, if you treat women like human beings and give them respect and compassion, they'll be more satisfied being with you and will be less likely to cheat. Yes, the chance is never zero, but treating women like dirt isn't gonna make them any more attracted to you. Besides, I'm not a very good artist. She probably wouldn't hang anything I drew up on the fridge. LMAO, he's definitely a simp. I have no idea what this one's even referring to. Does he mean I simp some girl or something? Is it supposed to be an insult? Because if it is an insult, it's a pretty weird one. I have a boyfriend, doofus. DNG, 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 DNG.
Oh no, what am I going to do? They're calling me Dork, Nerd, Geek. Mom, what do I say? Oh God!
This is just genuinely hilarious to me. Firstly, yes, I am all three of those and I am proud of it. But I find this to be the funniest things I've ever heard. The fact that they actually think this will hurt my feelings is so laughable. Literally channeling 80s movie high school bully energy. Like seriously, who the fuck uses dork, nerd, or geek as insults anymore? People will happily profess the fact that they're dorks, nerds, and geeks all the time. It's almost become cool to be a nerd. So many people are into anime, video games, comic cons, the list goes on, and they're great ways to meet new people and become part of a community. The only reason why someone would think this is a bad thing is if they were genuinely suffering, didn't have many friends, and were jealous of the dorks, nerds, and geeks for having friends to be around. It's as if we're seeing a common thread across all these people's lives. You see, the thing with sad people is they get very jealous of people who aren't sad. sad. So instead of simply finding a group they vibe with and becoming not sad, they'd rather get angry and make the happy people less happy so that everyone's as unhappy as they are. Embracing being a nerd literally saved my life. I went from directionless and depressed to having a community I could be a part of, having friends I could talk to and lean on for support, and having a place I could creatively express myself. I would not be the same person if I were not a dork, nerd, geek, so I actually take it as a compliment.
This video is completely hypothetical from start to finish. We ended without knowing a fraction of the content you put out, neither its quality. We didn't have a chance to make a comparison ourselves, nothing. Just take your word for it. Videos mysteriously got deleted and I didn't have a chance to make a single screenshot of them. Seriously? You've edited the damn video. Did you delete it all also? This showed me one thing though. You seem very uncomfortable around alpha males laugh cry emoji. Hello! The TikTok videos are the same as the YouTube videos, just in smaller chunks. They're still available on TikTok if you would like to watch them. I've already got a feeling of the quality, context, and research you put into this, and have spent enough time with its content, but thank you.
I love how this dude was like, "You didn't show us any of the video, you should still have them, why don't you show them?" And then when I was like, "You can still watch them on the TikTok," he was like, "No." Also, in what way is it completely hypothetical? I uploaded videos, I said how many views the video got, and then did some math to find the difference. What about that is hypothetical? That's quite possibly the most concrete and objective comparison you could possibly have. As for not knowing the content I put out, would the video really have benefited from me including all 10 minutes of the videos to give context? I don't think so. If you genuinely want to watch the TikToks, they're still up. You can still watch them if you want, but he's made it clear that he doesn't want to do even the bare minimum amount of research, so why am I even arguing with him? Also, he says I didn't take a single screenshot of them. I think this is just a misunderstanding. I still have all of the original videos, but I never took screenshots of the YouTube channel before they were deleted. I used Inspect Element to change the numbers and titles and Photoshop the thumbnails in because I never expected both channels to get deleted before I had the chance to edit the video. So I still have the YouTube videos, but like I said, every video is still up on TikTok if you want to watch them. Lastly, he says I seem very uncomfortable around alpha males, which I'm not sure why he would say that. I never mentioned at any point being uncomfortable or being intimidated by them. I'm 6'3" in real life, and I'm very kind and non-confrontational, so I doubt I would even get into a situation where I would need to go face to face with an alpha male. Besides, I could probably just call them shorty and they would cry home to their mama. If he means I find them annoying, he'd be correct. I don't like people who take advantage of their position of power to control and manipulate others, but I feel that should be a given. If you aren't irritated by that, you either are one or have something wrong with you.
While I find your experiment interesting, you do make a lot of assumptions. Let's look at the facts here. Men like Andrew Tate and for example Dan Bilzerian have way more women than undeniable fact. It's often the men who don't forget this fact and overlook this fact. Objectively more successful with a blue pill or even a virgin, genuine and authentic advice on women.
Wow, there's a lot to unpack here. Let's go point by point, shall we? He says I make a lot of assumptions and then says Andrew Tate and Dan Bilzerian have way more women than regular men, which, in the ironic turn of the century, is an assumption! You have no idea how many relationships they've been in, how long they've lasted, whether there was no cheating or divorce, etc. I don't know either. But you can't exactly trust the word of someone who's trying to sell you a course on how to date women. There's a financial incentive for him to say he's been with a lot of women. It makes him more money. In the same way a car salesman wouldn't say how terrible the miles per gallon are on a car and how bad it is for the environment, Andrew Tate and Dan Bilzerian are not going to tell you every time a relationship has failed, every time they were cheated on, every time someone divorced them. Next, he says they have more experience with women, which may be true, but it's important to remember quality over quantity. Would you rather learn from someone who's had 10 failed relationships or one successful one? I would much rather go with someone who's actually had a long-standing relationship because they're most likely to give me advice that would lead to a successful relationship myself. And while I'm not saying you'd gain nothing of value from 10 failed relationships, if they can't even hold one relationship, why would you want to learn from them? Next, he says a man that is blue pill or a virgin cannot give genuine advice, which isn't completely wrong, but is in the wrong headspace. It's still making assumptions that alpha males actually are successful successful with women and have successful relationships, and that virgins or blue pills have never had any experience whatsoever with dating, which may not be the case. You don't necessarily have to get married in order to learn something from a date, nor do you have to have sex. If someone with absolutely no experience whatsoever were to give dating advice, then I could see where this person is coming from, but no one is claiming that is happening. Next, this is kind of part of the last one, but it was just so absurd that I had to bring it up. Men with actual experience with women can identify a male virgin just by the way he speaks about women, because it's often a bunch of nonsense based on assumptions and ideology. This just genuinely baffles me. There's no way to tell if someone is a virgin or not by the way he speaks about women. That sounds like a bunch of nonsense based on assumption and ideology, because you're making a lot of assumptions about the person without truly knowing who they are. Second, do you think I'm a virgin or something? Because I'm not. And in all honesty, sex is great, but it's a little overrated. If you're a virgin, don't worry about it. You really aren't missing that much. Okay, wow. All that for just the first point. Let's move on to the next one. Alpha male content is harmful. Based on what? Based on that they say you have to work harder, have to go to the gym, have to improve yourself, have to gain experience with women. It's yet another assumption you're making. Once again, you're assuming that I take issue with that. I don't believe that stuff is bad. I think working hard, going to the gym, improving yourself, and meeting new people is great. But that's not what alpha males are actually about, are they? They try to promote the false narrative that women want people who treat them like dirt, who abuse and berate them, and that women are the enemy, just another person trying to take advantage of your wealth and status to leech off of you until you're sucked dry, where they'll then move on to the next person they can leech off of. This is not the case whatsoever. While yes, there are a handful of women who actually don't care about you and only want your money and power, they're very much in the minority. Most women, and men for that matter, want someone who will treat them with respect and compassion. Someone who will be there when others won't. Someone who they can share their passions and excitement with. Alpha male ideology goes completely against this and causes genuine harm to those who get roped into it. It causes people to blame society, fosters self-pity and anger towards others, and makes people more isolated and lonely. Are there people out there who benefited from becoming an alpha male? Maybe, but they are the exception rather than the rule. There's a reason why men who are very experienced with women talk about women the way they do. They talk from experience. Once again, you're making the assumption that they have a lot of experience with women. While that may be what they say, it may not necessarily be the truth. Also, are we just going to ignore the fact that Andrew Tate literally did human trafficking? Do you seriously want to take advice from someone who literally enslaved women? Because that's really fucked up if you do. There's a difference between the cold hard reality of things and the assumptions that lesser experienced men make. Just want to reiterate how ironic it is for them to get at my throat for making assumptions when literally every single sentence he said was an assumption. Some people, I tell ya. Bad. Ladies and gentlemen, it is with the highest honor and respect that I present the Criticism of the Year Award, a highly esteemed and infamous award, passed to only the best of the best when it comes to criticism. I am proud to award this to one. A simply dazzling critique with many layers and a deep underlying message. This comment truly takes you on a journey from the tallest peaks to the deepest canyon. A beautiful, poetic critique. Oh my god, I'm crying. God, I can't stop crying, it's so beautiful. Take my baby! I'm going to name my son Mopifs1 to commemorate this achievement.
Sign my anus!
Andrew Tate's Matrix marketing is pretty smart though, I'm not gonna lie. It actually made a lot of people believe they are special and escaping the evil or something, which made Andrew a bigger fan base as the hero of the Matrix. I feel like this is not so much a hate comment and more just someone who's a bit misguided, but I'm gonna mention it anyway because Andrew Tate is far from the only person using escaping the Matrix as a marketing technique. It's almost a cliche at this point how often people say it. Even the name of the movement itself, the Red Pill, is a reference to the Matrix, wherein Neo was given the choice between the blue pill to keep him in the Matrix or the red pill to see the real world. So I don't fault this person, I just thought the comment was a little silly. So there you have it, folks. Those are the hate comments I received. I keep getting more and more as the days go on, and it's become quite humorous. I've been enjoying waking up to a new one each day. It gives me something to laugh about first thing in the morning. I just want to finish by saying that if you're one of those people who feel slighted by society, you're not alone. The fact of the matter is, society is pretty fucked up. The rich accumulate more and more wealth while ordinary people get fucked. When I refute these comments, I am in no way saying these are bad people, nor am I saying society is perfect and there's nothing wrong. Quite the contrary. I know society has many issues, and there are many bad people out there who will try to take advantage of you. But if you search hard enough, eventually you'll find someone who is genuine and kind and supportive. And when you finally find that person, the experience it gives you is so rewarding. Just remember, you're not alone out there. Stay positive and hopeful, spread kindness rather than anger. Now, there are some genuinely nice comments that I saw too, and I wanted to end it on a high note. So here are some of the nice comments I got. Shout out to these people. Remember, you are valid and worthy of love. Peace.